Power of the Holy People, February 26, 2011. Jesus said, "If you had faith as small as a grain of mustard seed, you would say to this mountain, 'Be removed and cast into the sea,' and the mountain would obey your voice." Most people did not understand this passage or see its usefulness, or they had no concept of what faith was. A car fell on a child, and a woman lifted the car off the child with supernatural strength. The way people are able to do things like this is the knowledge that it has to be done. The woman knew the car had to be lifted off of the child. She had no time to think about it and no time to doubt her strength. If you know a thing has to be done and you have no doubt of God's ability to do it, then you can say to an aircraft carrier, "Be thou removed," and the aircraft carrier will be called out of existence along with the 10,000 warmongers upon it. The aircraft carrier will simply obey your voice. Now, you really didn't see any use in calling a mountain out of existence and cast into the sea, but you could see the usefulness of calling an aircraft carrier out of existence. Because the same God who called the world into existence by his power lives inside you. The same energy that created the universe is inside you. The same energy that can call the universe into existence can call the world out of existence. These people in Libya who are afraid of the jets dropping bombs need to learn the power of God. If you know that the jet has to be called out of existence for your survival, and you have no doubt that God has the love and the power to do so, then it will be done. There's a movie called The Man with the Power that was on The Outer Limits, and you could see it on YouTube or search for it on Google. It's a pretty good movie because there's a lot of truth in it. The message the movie points out is that man could have this power given to him by God if he is able to control it. Jesus said the end of the age will come about when he shall have accomplished spreading the power of the holy people. By a supernatural act of God, the new world will be called into existence, and the things that do harm, like guns, tanks, jets, bombs, warships, and armies, will be called out of existence. This will be the new world order. The deserts will return back to the Garden of Eden, as new forests and vegetation will be called into existence. Now, what is amazing is the ignorance and evilness of the leaders of the United States. Several years ago, I thought about calling the Pentagon out of existence. The leaders of this country know that there is a God, and they know he has power to call the Pentagon out of existence. So they devised a propaganda plan, and they were actually planning on shutting off the city of Washington, D.C., and moving the Pentagon to a secret location. That way, when God called the Pentagon out of existence, they can continue deceiving the people by making them believe there is no God and it is the government that moved the Pentagon to a secret location. They were actually on TV telling people that they were going to move the Pentagon, and they were going to explain how they did it with all these trucks and just like how they tried to explain how the pyramids were made by the people and the logs and all that. Of course, they would have had to kill all the people who saw the Pentagon disappear and brainwash all the people who wondered how the Pentagon was there one day and not there the next. However, when the power of the holy people is scattered, thousands of ocean oil platforms can be called out of existence in a single day. So many that it will be impossible for the oil companies to make a profit. So many wash machines can be called out of existence that the government will have no time to come up with propaganda plans to explain them all disappearing in a single day. Furthermore, the cost they spent on these machines will be for nothing. They will pay for the materials, pay for the labor, spend the time building them, and they will simply be called out of existence without a penny of profit to the military-industrial system. The marble and stone mansions that the rich will build will be called out of existence along with their children that lived in them, and they paid millions for them for nothing. And if they plan on collecting insurance claims from, these institutions, these insurance institutions can be called out of existence just the same. The Supreme Court can be called out of existence along with the 9 Supreme Court justices. Everything belongs to God, and He can do whatever He pleases with it. And if He desires to call all warships out of existence, then that is the problem of those who spent the time and money building them. If the enemy is about to cross a bridge, call the bridge out of existence. If the enemy is sending tanks, ships, jets, or soldiers into your territory, call them out of existence. If the enemy is building institutions, courts, jails, schools, or churches, call them out of existence. If the enemy is building factories, industries, power plants, cities of delusion out of men's blood, call them out of existence. If the enemy is building streets, parking lots, subways, or transportation systems, call them out of existence. They have no place in the Garden of Eden. Men's survival depends on them being called out of existence. Therefore, I want to see some people take their cameras out, point them at a institution or military machine, and say, "Be thou removed." Say it with faith and the knowledge that the same God who called the universe into existence lives inside of you. Then upload the video to YouTube so we can all see the power of God, or so that I can see what you are doing wrong. Because either you do not believe God lives inside of you, you fear the power of God, or you lack the faith. There is no love in fear, and there is no faith in fear. Therefore, do not fear.